Dear students, today we are going to learn about very important component of our environment, that is ecosystem. Why we would like to study the various ecosystems? Because in our environment we are having different ecosystems like forest, river, lake, etc. And we all want that they should function properly. For their proper functioning, we have to study what is the functioning of ecosystem, or what are the different structural components of ecosystem, so that a layman can also understand that how we can make the ecosystem functional by completing its component. So let us study in detail what is ecosystem. Ecosystem term was coined by A.G. Tensley in 1935. A typical ecosystem is defined as self-regulated, self-sustained, and self-maintained system constituted by abiotic and biotic components. For example, forest, river, pond, lakes, grasslands, deserts, they are all ecosystems. So all these ecosystems, they work automatically. They are self-maintained because of their components. So let us see what is the structural aspect of an ecosystem. Each ecosystem has two basic components: abiotic component, that is non-living component; biotic component, that is living component. Abiotic component means non-living component of the ecosystem. It is constituted by inorganic compounds or the mineral nutrients like carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, nitrogen, copper, sulfur, etc. and organic compounds like carbohydrates, starch, proteins, lipid, etc. So ecosystem is, it means it is constituted by physical environment and physical factors. So we can say, what is physical environment? It is constituted by air, water, soil, where life exists. And what are physical factors? They include various climatic factors, edaphic factors like temperature, rainfall, humidity, topography, geographical conditions, etc. It means non-living component, non-living things, they also play important role for the abiotic component. Now, what is the biotic component? Biotic component includes the living component. It includes the living organisms like producers, consumers, and decomposers. So, what are producers? Producers are the green plants which produce the food. They produce the food by absorbing simple inorganic compounds like carbon dioxide and water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll through the process of photosynthesis. Only green plants have the ability to produce the food by the process of photosynthesis. As mentioned in the equation, you can see carbon dioxide combines with water in the presence of sunlight and chlorophyll. It produces glucose or carbohydrates plus oxygen and water. It means green plants, they produce the food for the other living organisms. So the animals which consume the food produced by the green plants, they are known as consumers. So consumers term means which consume the food produced by the others, or which depend on others for food. Consumers can be of different types. They can be herbivores, they can be carnivores, they can be omnivores. So herbivores are the animals that eat only green plants as food. Example, goat, deer, etc. Whereas carnivores, they are the wild animals that eat the flesh of other animals as food, means smaller animals. So tiger, lion, bigger animals, they eat the smaller animals as the food. And omnivores, they are the animals which consume both plants and animals as food. For example, man. Man can eat flesh as well as fruits and vegetables. So man is omnivore. third component of the biotic component is decomposers. So bacteria and fungi which can break down the complex molecules of the dead bodies of plants and animals into simple molecules are known as decomposers, means which can degrade the molecules, which can degrade the dead bodies of plants and animals into simple molecules. So ultimately we can say each ecosystem is constituted by two main components, abiotic and biotic. Abiotic include all the living, non-living organisms or non-living things, whereas the biotic component includes all the living organisms like producers, consumers, and decomposers. Now, how does this ecosystem function? What is the functional aspect of an ecosystem? Each ecosystem works automatically due to its components, that is abiotic and biotic component. It is self-regulated, self-maintained, self-sustained. As you must have seen, for example, we are having a forest is an ecosystem. You don't ask the forest, you should grow, you should stop. It is working automatically. Green leaves, they fall, they get decomposed by the bacteria. Smaller animals are eaten by other animals, they get decomposed automatically. Similarly, you don't ask any river to flow and to stop, it is automatically maintained. So it means each ecosystem works automatically due to its component. It is a self-regulated, it is self-maintained and self-sustained system. So how does it happen? The green plants or the producers produce the food in the form of fruits, leaves, or the seeds through the process of photosynthesis. So these green plants, they absorb the minerals and nutrients from the soil, that is inorganic compounds, and they produce the carbohydrates or the starch in the form of organic compounds. Plants as food or leaves or fruits, they are eaten up or consumed up by the animals as food. Now both plants and animals in any ecosystem, they undergo death and decay. What is death? Death means when there is no life anymore. Decay means conversion of dead body into simplest form. So dead bodies of the plants and animals, they undergo complete breakdown by the action of decomposers, that is bacteria and fungi. So these complex molecules of dead plants and animals, they get broken up into simple molecules by the action of bacteria and fungi, and they automatically get degraded and get mixed up with the soil. So many of us may be having the carbon component of our ancestors also, because we are formed by the same carbon elements which were present in the soil. So the simple molecules can be taken up again by the green plants from the soil. In this way, cycle goes on in every ecosystem. So in this way, every ecosystem works automatically. So in the end, we can conclude that each ecosystem is a complete component itself. Because of its component, it is functioning automatically. But it is the only human being which intervenes with the natural functioning of the ecosystem. For example, you are having Sukna Lake. You say Sukna Lake has become dead. Why? Because either the dissolved oxygen component has fallen down or the dead fishes are there. It means something is wrong with its components, either the living component or the non-living component. If DO level has fallen, it means something is wrong with the non-living component. If some fishes are dead, it means some living component is somewhere disturbed. So if you have to make the complete balance of the ecosystem, we should know basically we have to complete its components. So by completing its component, every ecosystem works automatically. There is no need to interfere by the mankind. So it is a huge lesson for all of us that we have to maintain all the ecosystems on the surface of earth by completing its components, particularly both abiotic and biotic component. So simply by growing the plantlets or the saplings, you cannot complete a forest. You have to complete its components. So this is our moral responsibility to maintain all the ecosystems by completing its component. In this way, each student can contribute a lot to maintain its ecosystems. So I hope so. You must have understood the concept of ecosystem. Thank you very much. If you have liked this video, kindly share with your friends so that they can also save so many other ecosystems existing around them. Thank you very much.